Good evening. Our CMP is investigating the first-degree murder of a 19-year-old Edmonton man in the Cold Lake area. On Monday, Gregory Ganal was found dead in a ditch on Beaver Dam Road near Secondary Road 897. Now, the chief medical examiner determined his death to be a homicide, but the cause has not been released. Now, Mounties are asking for your help.
Our CMP investigation identified two suspects responsible for Mr. Gana's death, and as a result, there were warrants issued for two men for first-degree murder.
Now, investigators are still looking for one of two suspects. 23-year-old Garrett Blackman of the Cold Lake First Nations is wanted for his alleged involvement in the homicide. Now, if you have any information on this crime or know the whereabouts of Blackman, you're asked to call Cold Lake RCMP at 780-594-3302 or Crime Stoppers.
I would still caution not to approach him or try to apprehend him, but the best thing is to call the police as soon as possible.
Now, the second suspect is identified as 26-year-old Stony Bearhead of the Paul Band First Nations. RCMP say Bearhead was found dead in his parents' home. An autopsy will be conducted, but investigators are not looking for any suspects in relation to his death. Well, an update now on the missing boater who went missing on Lac La Biche Lake. Earlier today, RCMP, with the help of Fish and Wildlife officers, retrieved the body of 69-year-old Donald Stratton from the lake. Now, around 10 this morning, a local helicopter pilot spotted what he believed to be a body in the water and reported the tip to police. Stratton had been missing since last Friday after his boat capsized. RCMP say he was not wearing a life jacket when he was pulled from the water. Well, it's a step forward in finding a cure for a neurological disease affecting thousands of Canadians. Parkinson Alberta's Step in Stride is coming to the border city tomorrow for the first time, hoping to raise awareness in the community. And as Anna Stanislaw reports, she meets a couple taking part in the walk who is dealing with the disease.
Just bring the glasses, Mother.
The symptoms of Parkinson's disease may not be as obvious when you look at Pat Jones. Her doctor caught the symptoms in its early stages, but it was still devastating when she found out.
On my right side, my leg was, I guess you say, lazy, and I tended to have a limp to my leg and general weakness on the right side.
A bit of a shocker, but she has beaten cancer too, so it wasn't, been through it before.
There is no cure for the disease, but with the help of medication,
2 pills 3 times a day is what I take.
Pat says she experiences very few symptoms compared to others who are in the advanced stages.
There's times when I get tired, but not to the point that some of the others we talk in amongst one another, and some of them get pretty low. And they just plainly have to stop and go lay down and have a good sleep.
It affects different people different ways. Like your step, you'll end up stumbling maybe if it's bad and falling. Speech is another one.
But it's not impossible to live with. Drayson was the former president of the Lloydminster Parkinson Society and wants to let people know there are support groups out there to help you deal with the disease.
I met one chap just over a year ago from Cadogan. I could tell he had Parkinson's, so I talked to him, and he's had it for just over 30 years. And yes, he shakes, but he's living with it and doing okay.
The funds raised from the walk will go directly to support services, programs, and research.
It's actually pretty important. Parkinson Alberta doesn't get any government funding. So when we do the walks, they account for nearly 50% of our fundraising revenues.
Pat and Drayson will be participating in the walk, taking it step by step.
And hopefully next year it'll be bigger. It's to get the awareness out there this year.
The chance to raise money for Parkinson's and hoping to find a cure for Parkinson's at some point or another.
Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.
The walk will be held tomorrow at Bud Miller Park, picnic site number 3. Registration is at 10 a.m. and the walk begins at 11. Now, a barbecue lunch will be provided to the walkers. You can also register online by visiting parkinsonalberta.ca and clicking on the Step and Stride logo. The largest student leadership conference in Canada is coming to the border city, and in a week and a half from now, Lloydminster will play host to 750 students from across Saskatchewan. Now, the Saskatchewan Student Leadership Conference is being held from September 18th to the 20th. One of the biggest concerns for organizers, though, is finding a place for all of the students to sleep.
One of the traditions of the conference is that the students are billeted in the community that is hosting the conference, and we're about 300 beds short so far.
Now, the conference is an important event for the city as it's featuring speakers from around the world.
Erin Gruwell's coming, who wrote the book The Freedom Riders, and the movie is based on her as well. She's never been to Saskatchewan before, so we really upped the ante this year. It's the biggest Saskatchewan conference ever, and our only thing we have left now is all the last-minute planning and getting kids a place to stay for these 2 evenings.
Now, each kid will bring their own sleeping bag, so it's just a matter of finding a space for them to sleep, feed them breakfast, and help commute them to and from the conference. Now, if you can help out, you can head to sslc2013.com for all of the information. Well, the weekend is upon us, and if you're looking for plans in the region, Heather Klages has some ideas in this week's What's Happening.
This weekend, you have the chance to take in a once-in-a-lifetime show as the World Belly Dance Tour makes its only Canadian stop here in our area. It's going to be in Kitscoty on a Saturday night. One of the artists that will be performing has won a number of titles, including Belly Dancer of the Universe. So you know you're in for a great show, some great dancing, some great live music as well. Things will get underway at 7 o'clock on Saturday night at the Community Hall in Kitscoty. If you want to get tickets in advance, you can stop by the Route here in Lloydminster. We've still got some beautiful flowers in our area. We've had beautiful sunshine all week long, so why not take advantage of the great weather and this weekend hit the open road. Hop on your bike on Saturday, head to Edge Harley Davidson where they're hosting their 3rd annual toy run. So you get to spend Saturday out on the highway and helping out a great cause. All the toys will go to the gift of Christmas. If you want to take part, registration will begin at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. Sunday evening, make sure you tune into CKSA Television because the Canadian Country Music Association Awards are going to be handed out and Carolyn Dawn Johnson could be named Female Artist of the Year once again. She's in Edmonton this weekend. Next Friday night, she is right here in Lloydminster. She's going to be live on stage at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. It's a special show, a fundraising show for the Lloydminster Community Youth Centre. So if you don't have your tickets yet, make sure you get them at the Vic Juba box office. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Klages, and that's what's happening.